Hey everyone,
Hello,
welcome to our special video presentation. This is Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with,
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Today, we're going to do another special reading concerning the issue in Britain, the Brexit question. We noticed that our videos on the subject have gotten a lot of hits and looks at. We hope everybody was interested and enjoyed it and got something out of that. And, the Brexit thing is very important to our people over in Great Britain. And I don't know, they've been going through so much for quite a while now. They had another prime minister when all of this started, and now they have Boris Johnson, and he's been having his own problems trying to seal the deal with a Brexit in Britain.
So, how are we going to ask the question?
Well, okay, we'll get to that. I do want to say that, we are not picking sides in this. We sort of just want to get a bead on what may be happening there and do a little tarot prediction. So I think today we're going to start with a yes no, a simple yes no question, because right now we are on the eve of a vote in Britain. This is Friday, October 18th, correct? And it's evening here in the States. We're in Michigan, so it's Eastern Standard Time, about 8:16 p.m. And the reason I'm saying all of that is I want this to be recorded that this was done before the vote tomorrow.
Yes, we want to be on record, and
For better or worse.
we've had two previous Brexit things posted. The first one was Brexit a prediction,
Right.
and the second was Brexit
Part
part
due.
two.
And
And
I
this
don't,
one could possibly be subtitled Brexit
the
the,
final answer,
the third time's the
maybe,
charm.
because we don't know. Because if this does not go through this vote, there will have to be a what do they call it? They'll have to ask the European Union for another extension, and there is some question as to whether Boris Johnson is willing to do that. So first, we're going to start off with a yes/no question to see if this is going to pass tomorrow in Britain. Boris Johnson's deal with the European Union, will it pass?
And what is the deck we're using today?
Oh, funny you should ask. We're using the Tarot Grand Lux, which is by Ciro Marchetti and published by US Games Inc.
A beautiful deck.
It is an absolutely beautiful deck.
So this first question will be the yes or no. How is the question being asked?
I did say it already.
Go ahead.
Perhaps you missed that. It would be will the deal that Boris Johnson got with the European Union be approved by Parliament tomorrow? They're having a special session of Parliament for this as well. So it's just, something that we're curious about, and we like to occasionally try to prognosticate on bigger issues than, people's individual lives, something that affects more people. And just to see what the cards may say and just to see if they actually had a beat on it. And I do believe my last reading indicated that Boris Johnson was going to ask for an extension. So now let's see, because this deal has come up since our last tarot reading. Let's see if the cards are indicating that he may need to ask for an extension or not. I'm going to cut them and let you pick them up. Do you want to do the
draw?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you'd never ask.
Now, this is just no reading. We're looking for aces. And we go up to 13 cards looking for an ace. And if we find one, we stop and go to the next pile. If we don't find one, we go up to 13 cards and then go to the next pile. We do this 3 times.
And the first pile reveals naught but justice reversed. Already not looking
promising. But you never know with the tarot.
we have an Eight of Cups reversed, which signifies a change.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't trust me there?
I'm just flabbergasted at the way this is turning out.
Well, we can't always be right, can we?
I'd like to think we are.
Read it and weep. Looks like the Four of Wands reversed.
This is very interesting spread here.
Do
So,
tell.
according to these cards, it's a definite no that it is not going to pass tomorrow. Now, I do know that there is some talk of some of the power structure there in Parliament, maybe the Ireland, part of Ireland, if not all of Ireland, some of the maybe Labour Party. There are different contingents that are definitely already saying they are voting no. But there is a chance that in Labour he could convince enough people to vote yes that the package would go through. But according to what I'm seeing here, it's a definite no. And why? We have justice reversed, as he said, the Eight of Cups reversed, and the Four of Wands reversed. And okay, justice reversed, let's talk about that. Justice reversed obviously seems like some unequalness going on here. Like there's definitely unfairness, maybe some bad decisions
faulty
or
judgment.
Maybe some game playing going on here, as opposed to doing what's right.
Some deceptions then.
Yeah, could be. The Eight of Cups reversed is an interesting card because it looks as though somebody is moving away from something to achieve something better. In other words, I feel that there's maybe going to be enough people who are not satisfied with this deal tomorrow and really want something more.
Well, it looks to me like what they want is the more physical, concrete ramifications of that. They're not looking for ideology or some sort of spiritual balm to soak over, the world or their part of it. They are looking for something concrete. They are looking for things that represent materialistic things.
Wow, this is just okay. And then the Four of Wands reversed. The Four of Wands is a good card pretty much either way. But when it's reversed, I don't know. I read it two different ways. And in this case, again, I'm going to go off on a tangent and say that I feel like maybe things are, maybe they just feel this agreement is too pat and too cut and dry. And like I said, it's not accommodating enough. It's like good enough. I mean, it's good, but it's not good enough.
Well, I'll be the first to admit that I don't understand all of the exact things about the Brexit, especially in terms of who likes what and for what reason. But when I look at the Four of Wands reversed, and I realize that to some degree it's not a totally changed picture, or it's just sort of maybe a different way of looking at it. What I'm seeing here is kind of like it's the end of a party. It's the end of an event, and people are walking away from it. It's an end of the matter. It's done. And maybe that's what this is like the people are going to have to look themselves and each other in the eye and say, let's move on to something different.
But part of the problem is it's not done. And even Europe is, well, from what I read today, even Europe is getting kind of tired of this, the European Union, and they're saying, come on, let's end this. We love this deal. Britain, please take this deal and let's start fresh with each other. They want to see a resolution. They're kind of getting tired of the back and forth. That's not to say they would not give another extension if asked for, but they're kind of getting tired of it. So, can we do one more quick yes-no question, I think? Because what I'm going to ask now is if, okay, we know this said no. So since it says no, I'm going to ask the question, is Boris Johnson going to ask the European Union for another extension? Because the possibility exists that even though by law he's bound to do it, he has talked about not doing it. So let's just see what the cards have to say about this. I'm sure he is not going to be very happy if they don't vote for this deal tomorrow. So that's why I'm asking the question. So I'm shuffling first this time, and I'll let you end it. And if you like what you see on this video, please feel free to join us for our live streams. We stream twice weekly on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursday evenings, Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. from 7 to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. during the day, Eastern Standard Time.
We also have other videos at our YouTube site about some of our other discussions on Brexit or climate change or other aspects of U.S. politics or culture.
Our streaming of our streams are recorded there as well. And so do feel free to check all of that out. And we're on Facebook and Twitter, TFT Tarot for Today. Look us up. Yes, that's what I want to do. All right, here I go. Okay, there's one ace. Ooh.
Interesting.
It is very interesting.
What did we get, Banshee?
Well, you know, the one thing that I will say is that he has till October 31st to put in this extension. So maybe, you know, if this deal does not go through tomorrow, maybe they're just like missing the mark by a little bit. And that if, you know, he goes back to the European Union with some of the demands from some of the parties, maybe they'll cut another deal before that deadline. Well, and avoid asking for the extension.
Let's show our cards.
I will show the cards. I just wanted to get that in there, my friend, my partner.
We're a tarot couple.
Okay, the first
I think
card.
We're a terrible couple. No.
Hey. The first card I drew was the Seven of Swords reversed. And then I got the Ace of Pentacles upright, which is indicating well, this is a good card, but because we only got one ace, it's indicating that things are leaning towards no. And
There's only a small chance of yes. However, this card is the card that's most interesting.
Yes, to me too. It is the Fool.
Because it always sort of signifies in some way the beginning of a new venture.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go ahead with this. Why don't you tell me what you see with the combination?
Well, with the first card is the Seven of Swords reversed, and this one is troubling in a way, not the way you would think, because although it sort of looks like a deception uncovered or a ruse unmasked, it could mean something more. I don't know. It could mean that maybe this is a good thing to happen. Like I said, I'm not really sure of all the various sub-issues there. The ace itself seems to indicate that there is some idea of a beginning that would be prosperous. But the Fool card is the card that's the most interesting to me because it indicates the very realistic possibility of a new venture, of walking off into a new direction, which was what I kind of said about one of the cards in the previous reading. And then the only other caveat there is that there's a lot of innocence and freshness about this decision, but there still may be the idea that you don't know everything and you may be acting foolishly, so to speak.
Okay, that's good. I kind of look at this card, the Seven of Swords, as you said, maybe some deceptions unmasked, maybe, coming to the surface. So I think there's a lot of politicizing going on here. Everybody is looking out for their own interests at the expense of, you know, the nation at large. I think this card is pretty good with that. And I would say here with the Fool upright, what it might be saying is, again, is some other deal is going to be worked out, that they're going to go with a different deal. They're going to strike up something new. And there may be some risks involved in this, but, you know, it's a risk that they have to take, they feel. And the Ace of Pentacles to me in this case is, well, heck, it's all about money. And Brexit, first off, the delays in leaving is costing them money, and also, how they leave could cost them money, and so everybody is looking at that factor and what the costs are. So I honestly say at this point, it looks to me, and I don't know, you can agree or not, it looks to me like that will not pass tomorrow, and he's not going to ask for an extension, but another deal or offer might come through before the deadline.
Yes. And the only thing I can think of here is that maybe we should have
Oh,
Johnny Rotten and the Sex Pistols reissue God Save the Queen.
I just thought of something else I want to run by you with these cards, though, because a thought occurred to me. This deception, could it be that, the fact that they think he's going to ask for the extension because he's obliged by law and he doesn't, which means then they do exit Brexit, but badly, and that's the direction that they're taking.
We heard it here first.
I would go with either of those two options as being possible. So that's the best we can do, being from the outside in. Our friends in Britain, we wish you a lot of luck and hope for this, and for the European Union as well. We hope everything works out. And so, yes, we'll shake hands on it. So, join us, and thank you for listening, and hope you enjoyed this presentation of Brexit, I don't know, part 3 or whatever we decide to call it.